On the 29th of June, here at the Press Club in Brussels, a conference discussed the continued problem of Chinese government's program of forced organ harvesting. Very, very chilling evidence was presented to the delegates in which a doctor confessed to the fact that he was taking organs from live patients for transplant, even suggesting that donors, potential donors, and remember these donors are being killed during this process, donors as young as 15 years. We also heard from a lady who had actually been in the situation where she was being prepared for organ donation. She was kept in prison for some time under horrendous conditions. She was tortured and abused, but she was able to escape this fate, and she was here with us today in the Press Club. And to hear her story was a silence descended over the crowd. We simply couldn't believe the horrors of what we were hearing. One of the delegates made a comment. He said, "It's very hard for us as Westerners to understand this." No, it isn't. To understand this inhumane, barbaric program, all you have to do is understand communism. Communism is, I would argue, by its very nature, a dehumanising ideology. Feuerbeck, who was one of the inspirations for Karl Marx, he once said, "Man is nothing more than matter in motion." So basically we are nothing more than the sum total of that which we eat. Feuerbeck, or possibly Hegel, further said, "As the liver secretes bile, so the brain secretes thought." This is how communism dehumanises those who adhere to it. We heard people refer to the persecution of the Falun Gong as part of the organ harvesting program as being a genocide. In fact, Carlos Iglesias, the Spanish lawyer, even said that organ harvesting is the final solution for Falun Gong. As Europeans, when we hear those words, final solution, that's very, very chilling. Communism dehumanises. Communism also creates monsters. Communism created Lenin, Beria, Stalin, Ceaușescu. Communism also created Mao Tse Tung, Pol Pot, Ho Chi Minh, and communism created JingPing, the current Chinese president. So to understand the barbarity of forced organ harvesting, it's very, very easy. Just read the manifesto of the Communist Party. Interestingly, 2 years ago, the centenary of the publication of the manifesto of the Communist Party in Chinese was celebrated across the entire world. I was asked by a journalist after the event, how does this affect your view of the Chinese? And my answer was, when I see these horrendous crimes being perpetrated, I don't look at the perpetrators and see Chinese. I look at the perpetrators and I see